Going to brand new units is scary. How do you do it, right? How do you do it, start to finish? I think part of it for me, like hunting a new unit, is like, I want to get that paper map first. I want to see it, but I'm still attached to that. I'm old school. I like to grab that paper map and then using, let's call it Onyx, whatever, base maps, whatever you use. But it's one thing to have the mapping, but it's another thing to know what it's saying, what it's telling you. So the layers, be familiar with the layers. Every state has different layers. You got huge tool in your hand of your phone and all the layers and mapping available to you. I usually have the places in mind that I want to see, top to bottom, right? And so I go to these places first and just look at them. I think just go into it with an open mind and be able to move and change. And I think that's one thing I'm good at is pedal to the metal, and I'm not afraid to fill up that gas tank. And I run a truck hard to wrap my arms around the whole unit. I from one end to the other, gut the middle of it, whatever, and then start putting the pieces together. You know what I mean? And I try to do that as fast as I can.
You can look at it on map all you want. You can sit and angle it to see the 3D version all you want, but really until you physically see.
On Google Earth.
Yeah, Google Earth or Onyx, whatever. But until you physically get there and see it, that's the thing that changes so much is the conditions when you get there. You can't tell what the feed looks like in a map. and what that feed looks like from last year to 5 years ago, maybe you hunted even 5 years ago, whatever, the amount of information that can change from year to year, you almost have to go there and just physically see it.
Don't be afraid to hit waypoints. I'm pivoting this thing and figuring out, okay, that knob I wish I was glassing on. Maybe tomorrow morning I'd glass on it. And I'd find it on the topo version, see the ridge coming out, mark it, and hit it with a pair of binos. The little waypoint, the way they do now. Customize them. So I think don't be afraid to mark things. I'm marking where I'm seeing deer, and then you can always look at the date on the waypoint, and I mark it as a deer. And then you can look at the date and say, I obviously saw deer at this point in time and crossing this road in the desert. What's he doing out in the desert in October 15th? And mark it, and constantly be thinking where you're going to be glassing. Driving around, you're looking where you're going to be at prime time so you're not wasting time at prime time. Don't be afraid to take extra gear. Sometimes I throw backpacking equipment in and it never gets used. And sometimes I'm glad I brought an extra four-wheeler. Do I need a four-wheeler? No, but it's good to have one.
Go in with a plan. You got to start somewhere, but you've also got to realize that may be the worst plan that you ever came up with in your life, and you just need to adjust from it. Say this is all new. Take it in day to day. You never know what's going to be around the next corner. Try and just be optimistic.
Just do it. Don't be scared. Make lots of waypoints, notes. Keep track of the water, glass and knobs. Who knows? You got to use all the tools in the tool basket. Go out and do stuff and learn and just start doing it. If you haven't been doing it, if you are doing it, you know what we're talking about.